Hey, Paul, are you on your way to be? If you, yeah. Zoom's okay, yeah, just leave that one, we can actually fill it. Yeah, all right, thanks. He did, oh, you guys, my bad. I know, Mark, you welcome my phone call. The resolution got to put on. So this. Yeah. It's better now. If they, I mean, I feel good. I stopped up and downstairs now. I couldn't be here. So.
Dealing 24-hour increments. It is April 9th, 2026, and I hereby call this. So we did the pie slip.
Probably ask Paul to view his.
Paul, can you mute your end real fast?
Can you guys hear me?
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, any changes to the agenda?
No, sir.
Okay. Probation completion.
Good evening. Thank you for all for attending, which is a milestone in any firefighter's career is coming off of probation. Some I want to take a moment to talk about what is involved in this. So Columbia Fire and Rescue averages about 6,500 calls a year. And for some agencies, that may not seem like a lot, or some may think that's a lot compared to some of our neighbors. But at the end of the day, our folks run on average about 22 to 25 calls a day, spanning across 3 stations. And in the middle of that, they still have to do training. They still have to clean the station. They still have to check their vehicles in and do some self-study. There's a lot of things that go on in a firefighter's life. And at some point, they like to get in a recliner, which we all did when we were firefighters. But it's a lot of work to get there. I want to take a moment to talk about what a probation year. Probation year, 365 days, about 120 shifts, depending on if they work some overtime after their 6 months, but it's about 120 shifts. And that 120 shifts plus their academy, they have a lot of training. And on average, it's somewhere between 250 and about 500 hours for a given year. And it's a lot in a very short period of time. On top of learning how to be a firefighter, they got to maintain their paramedic, and they have to learn the district they live in. If they lived here before, it makes it a lot easier, but ultimately, it's a lot for anybody to come here that's never been in Columbia Rivers District and to learn the streets and learn the community and become part of it and recognize the folks that they go on daily. So it is a ton of work to go through probation. It is an honor for someone to complete it. It's a ton of work. lieutenant, their field training officer, firefighters. Making sure that individual's trained and gets the skills necessary to be a productive member of the organization. On top calls, daily calls, and not having time without our Division 9 folks running those emergency medical calls and freeing up our firefighters from time to time to do some training, their year would be very difficult. So it is a off of probation full first step Columbia Rescue. The first one I'd like to talk about is Hunter Johnson. Hunter, you want to come up here and have your parents something there? We can smile at you. Hunter initially wanted to come here and just be a paramedic. Bend his arm and try to get, convince him that it's a good thing to be a firefighter. Not that paramedic is anything, but it's to take that next step and go the direction that ultimately he most likely probably wanted to go and just didn't realize in the beginning. So some things that I wanted to from his crew, because I only get to encounter Hunter on emergency calls or maybe the station every once in a while, but the people that live with him day and night him the best. And some of the stuff that you're never the best, you want to learn, striving to learn what's the next part of your career. They also want me to say Hunter's a great cook, and firefighters love cooking. Clearly, I love cooking. That's a great Hunter's cooking. Probably put him over the top, really to help him out. So congratulations, Hunter, on that. Hunter also was always constantly looking for special projects. There was stuff that we needed done around the station, or things that we didn't maybe. He didn't have time to, or company officer, Hunter took on those special projects. So it is and then still find time to do some more. And finally, the crew basically wanted me to emphasize that he gives 110% a day. I know we always say, oh, geez, and he took the calls from our patient and our citizen, but also for his brother and sister firefighters as they go through their day, making sure they have a good day, they have a good meal, and at the end of the day, everybody goes home. So I want to thank Hunter for everything done. Congratulations. And our second individual that is coming off probation tonight, Alex Bilton. Alex, you want to come on up? Well, it is an honor to have to work in a fire department that actually has siblings at the same station or on the same department. I've kidded out. Too, and so they get to fight on who gets one to be number one. If you ask Christian, he's always gonna be number one, and Alex is gonna show that's not gonna happen. So, but Lieutenant Croft wanted to. Alex is very meticulous in his job. He adapts quickly. He again always has a positive attitude, and he takes that emergency scene and takes it down a notch, calms down, thinks of a process, thinks through what. He needed to be a great attribute to have it for a fire to the paramedic. He owns his mistakes and he owns his triumphs. So if he makes a mistake, he's the first one to admit it and he wants to learn from it. And he has learned not to. We all make mistakes. We've made them throughout our careers, but learning from them and not making that mistake again. And Alex excels at that. And last, Lieutenant Croft want to emphasize that Alex has always had a can-do attitude. That's completed. So I want to thank Alex. He's done. Congratulations on completing probation. And at this point, now it's picture time. If family would like to come up, we can. Both. Hunter, your gentlemen, your helmets, your brand new shiny yellow helmets, which are expected to be dirty when we have working fire. So you gotta get to work. Go ahead, come out here, please. Go ahead. You're all, well, that's okay. You'll. Yeah.
I'm gonna find my own.
Well, we know permit.
Yeah, he knows how to fix it. He'll be all right.
We got it.
You want me to take pictures or you can give that?
Mom, look at me.
Thank you. Yeah, like for that firefighter Johnson and firefighter Bilton, thank you. Man, we'll see the boys. I'm proud of them. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, this concludes. Or, so, how are you guys? So thank you guys for taking.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm graduating. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Cameron.
Going. Nice to meet you. There's a whole fire.
We're gonna put Kate, is Austin online too?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's probably Austin.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so at this time after, that was awesome. I always like to see our building. Any correspondence?
No.
Okay.
Let's walk out.
Okay, I think that is enough. Volunteer report?
I do not have no volunteers report.
Are we doing, I assume we are, but are we still doing the fair? Consent agenda? Mark, do you want to make,
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Paul, can we get a? And unmute. Thank you. Okay, discussion. Ever. Yeah, any questions for discussion? Austin online, do you have, or that you called in, do you have anything?
Nobody's on. There's only one firefighter.
Okay, well, there is no discussion, want to make a motion to approve?
He's already made the
I
motion.
got
Oh,
this.
Okay, okay, so then, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Chief,
So we provide the month again. If you guys get an email form, it comes in color, so I apologize for being black and white, but this is the report that we're getting from one second. Make it up super fast. Okay, all right. Leave it on speaker. So you and Paul are now on speaker. So, okay,
we approved the consent agenda already.
Yep.
This-
progress. I'm working with, and again, first, there's still an error that I need him to correct. Really on page 3, it shows that with that 7-1 ran 600 calls, and that's not, that 600 is all the calls for the entire district. And so I need him to break that down one more. So total calls, then 7-1, then 7-2. So you guys. And looking back at my historical data, and I have it back to 2008. the most part for 7-3, which is Columbia City, 7-4, which is Deer Island, 7-5 is Goble, 7-7 is out around. We have also seen a lot of growth. So generally, we have a bunch of houses come in that we can have more calls, but it's the same people living there. So they've stayed fairly consistent. Where we see the call volume increase clearly is 7-1. So there is a couple buildings being built or remodeled in Rainier, which will increase the population of Rainier probably a few dozen to maybe 100. And again on that, I mean, in the future, our citizens should be seeing work. As far as, so tonight, we just promoted, or not promoted, graduated 2 individuals off of probation. Chief, we have this in FTEP and operations. 6. We do have a couple open. We have 1 firefighter, paramedic that has been with us for a couple of years. He has taken a job with another and will be leaving us at the end of the month. That will create and then Lieutenant Barker leaves us vacancy creates 2. So we will be doing a lieutenant's exam. And the 24th hour civil service, and then we're going to promote somebody to lieutenant, but that leaves 2 firefighters down. Chief Wonderly has interviews with some prospective firefighter paramedics on April. It's going to be a very, very busy month for us trying to get some folks. Portion of our department with individuals like Hunter and Alex and even though and the ones we have currently on probation, they're very energetic, they're very excited to be here and they want
Which we knew.
yes, 100%. The only thing I'd like is that I don't have a bunch of data and I will present it to you guys in May, is that we've had some positive movement with the LBTC repair. I have not had a chance to get briefed by Fleet Logistics. Maybe hopefully our timeline will improve, but right now we're looking probably later this year before that building's ready for occupancy again. But it is moving. They are cleaning, they are moving stuff, and they're starting to make progress.
Are they able? Yeah, did we clean the gym for the guys to go and work out?
The gym equipment is out. It's in that Connex box you see next to the building, and it still has the. I mean, clearly, if we can smell it, that's the cancer-causing stuff that's in there.
Mhm.
It's a very lengthy process. All that carcinogens and stuff.
There's a gym at the St. Helens station too.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What about the,
What is being repaired by River Wild. And the repair was $1,000, but they should have the boat back to us hopefully within the next, I don't have a date, but they said they were working on it. So hopefully we see it here before, hard summer begins. Paul, do you have any questions?
okay, any old business?
No, sir.
New business, resolution FY 25 dash. Here's.
I will make a motion to adopt resolution number FY 25-2608, 2008 Pierce Saber repair.
Yes, yes, please.
So there was nothing our crews did. There was we recognized it, shut it down, and determined that it was something beyond what they normally would repair because it should be a warranty or repaired by Cummins. And so they took it to it wasn't anything our crews did. It wasn't anything. It's just the truck had at one point maybe drove through a lot of dust or smoke, and it caused So it worked for us for a number, we finally did. But that's just the cost of doing business. So we have the money in the budget for it. I okayed them to begin the process of repairing it, but this is above what a chief can actually approve. So
Somebody second.
No, we need a second.
We do need a second. We do, Paul. We do need a second. Yes. Seconded. Okay. I don't, anybody have any questions? I mean, I think it covered it pretty well.
With these mother chairman motor park.
I believe fleets talk to them. If they find any components that seem like they're worn or may cause problem in the future, they'll address it at that point. So yes, they will be looking at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cummins Northwest does it. The motor's out and tore apart and everything else, and I would assume they would make the necessary repairs, so.
Yeah, they will reach out to fleet for sure.
But we have to do this again.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, well, we adopted it. Okay. Any board member comments?
To everybody else, seems like everything's going relatively smoothly and I'm happy with all that.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to say, obviously, congratulations to, as well, to, paramedic Bill. Who actually come up and complete the 12 month, probation period. Usually, we've been here with lieutenants, but we've never done it with firefighters, so it's cool to see. This,
More than that. So yes.
well, yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, any other comments?
I don't think that, so, we will need to get signature from Austin and Mark. Oh, only two of them, or do you need?
Rick will not sign it because he was not here to approve.
Okay,
So
so
it's approved with 4, but we'll get the other signatures is fine.
Austin, if you're around next week, if you stop by. Okay, the only other thing, I could do that, Austin. And Paul, I'll run you down, we'll get a signature. The, we do May 21st, KT will be there, we'll be starting at 5, because that's when we'll do the budget committee meeting, and then we'll roll that into the board meeting. So we're just gonna be a week later, it'll be. If not, Austin, we can. So according to our budget timeline, the budget meeting and the board meeting's the same night. So we're stacking them up. Do what? And then the 11th will be the second reading.
Got it. Perfect.
Okay, that's. Closer.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, it is 18:22 and I hereby, close the meeting, adjourn the meeting and have a good. Thank you, guys. Ah, you're good. Okay, bye.